Video games recon.
Maybe if I keep pulling the trigger.
Okay, now let's talk about the LSAT. Although this gun isn't technically an exclusive or premiered weapon, I still thought it was well worth a mention, as it is a bit of a special gun on this map, as there is only one way to get it, and only one person can have it as far as I know, and if you lose it by trading it or dying, there is no way to get it back in that game, as it's only on the wall in one place and not in the mystery box, and the location in question quickly becomes inaccessible. FYI, the LSAT is exactly the same as it is in previous maps, so there's no change there. But there are two very good reasons to get the LSAT. First of which is if you manage to pack-a-punch this gun, you'll get an achievement for your troubles. And the second is that you can acquire the LSAT for a very reasonable price, which is especially useful if you don't have much money in the bank and you think that you're unlikely to get many pulls from the mystery box early on. The Paralyzer is the new wonder weapon available for the Buried Zombies map. This gun is like a mix between the jet gun and the Winter's Hound, as it both freezes and damages the zombies simultaneously. And in my opinion, this is how the jet gun should have been in the first place, being as, in my mind, this is another attempt from Treyarch to make amends for earlier sins, seeing as the Paralyzer has a very similar feel to the jet gun and vice versa. Anyway, this is a very useful wonder weapon, especially for this map, and has some very cool features. For example, the slow-mo / freeze effect it has on the zombies when fired, the fact that it has no ammo and instead has some sort of infinite power source that only stops firing when the heat counter reaches 115 and then needs to cool down before you can use it again. And the last but most fun feature is that when jumping and pointed at the floor, the Paralyzer has the ability to make you fly, if only on a temporary basis. This, in my opinion, is reason enough to class this as a good wonder weapon, if for the novelty factor alone. Once pack-a-punched into the Petrifier, this weapon really gets knocked up a notch and becomes so much more useful, with the charge from the battery lasting longer before needing to cool down, as well as a noticeable upgrade to the killing power, which can really help you out in a bind compared to the Paralyzer, which doesn't quite have the same stopping power and would have probably run out of juice by now. On top of which, once upgraded, this weapon also lets you fly for longer, which goes without saying is hella cool. However, aside from the things previously stated and a nice green colour, it's pretty much same old, and either way still worth having. On a side note, this thing becomes a beast when you have an insta-kill, so be sure to fill your boots and shoot like mad.